This is a presentation of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. High school basketball broadcasts are presented by Members Own Credit Union, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Southeast Community College, Sunbelt Rentals, Doane University, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, Nebraska Army National Guard, Bats to Rats, High Electric, Pizza Ranch, Dana Trucking, and Union Bank. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
Welcome into a packed Lincoln Southeast High School as we have a rivalry getting ready in just a few moments between Lincoln Southwest. The Silverhawks travel to Lincoln Southeast to face off against the Knights. Good evening, happy Friday afternoon or Friday night now, as Nick Sainert joining you from Lincoln Southeast High School. Huge thanks to Ben back in the studios, pushing all the buttons, making sure I sound okay. We got an exciting one for you tonight. It's game 2 of 4 in the span of 3 days here on 93.7 The Ticket. We had Lincoln North Star and Lincoln High last night. We have obviously Lincoln Southwest and Lincoln Southeast tonight, but then tomorrow it's a doubleheader between Gretna and the Lincoln North Star Gators once again. Let's get you rolling here with the pregame show as we get ready for the Silverhawks and the Knights. It's going to be a matchup of some familiar faces, not only obviously playing in the summer and club basketball together, but there's 2 notable names on the Silverhawks roster that also played and suited up for the Knights last year, and that's Mari Shoemaker and B.J. Bradford. And so those 2 players both transferred out of the Knights program at the end of last year and into the Southwest program for head coach Alex Baugh and company. They're replacing a couple of players. We know a little bit about Lincoln Southeast. This is going to be the 3rd time that we've had the Knights on our airwaves here in this early season. They come in with that 7-3 record overall, led by 2 guys, Jake Hilkeman and Mike Ngoyi. But the biggest name for the Knights is number 5, Tay Moore, a 6'1" senior guard, averaging 17.5 points per game. This is going to be a really, really good one. The gym is full. The girls' game was extremely competitive. Kennedy Williams, the future Husker, both basketball and softball player, missed a 3 at the buzzer, and the Knights escaped with a 3-point win earlier in the girls' game. This boys' game is what we're expecting to be a really hot, contested, and pretty intense environment. Student sections are looking good. It's packed to the brim up here in the parent section as well. So don't go anywhere. We're a little over 2.5 minutes away from tip-off from Lincoln Southeast High School here, high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Stretch, adjust, heal. At Spine and Sports Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, we believe in the power of precise alignment. Our skilled chiropractors listen, understand, and treat your body's unique needs, offering a personalized pathway to peak performance. Don't let back pain knock you out of the game. Step into our clinic and walk out with a renewed strength. Spine and Sports Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, pushing the boundaries of health and wellness. Treatment begins with you. Step back into life today. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
welcome back. High School Hoops, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer with you. Jay Foreman not able to join tonight. He will reunite with me tomorrow afternoon for Gretna and Lincoln North Star. It's time we get rolling with the starting lineups. Once again, High School Hoops on the Ticket, brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. For the visitors, the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. They came in, both these teams, I should say, coming off of the HAC tournament. One of these teams won it. One of them got bounced out of the tournament earlier. And actually the higher seed going into the tournament was the team to get bounced. The Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks lost to Pius X last Friday by a score of 75-56 to the Thunderbolts. Lincoln Southeast, how about this? They came into the HAC tournament as the 5 seed, came away the number 1 team in the HAC tournament. They defeated the Thunderbolts in the championship last weekend as well. For the starting 5 for the Silverhawks, 4-4 on the year, led by head coach Alex Baugh. Chuck Love went off, their leading scorer, I should say, last year. Chuck Love went off to play for prep school in another state. So now they went somewhat to the transfer portal, got some additions from Lincoln Southeast High School. Number 2, Mari Shoemaker, a 6-foot junior, averaging 7 points per game. Number 3, BJ Bradford, another former Knight, 5'11" junior, averaging 13 points per contest. Carter Chamberlain, he's been a staple in the starting lineup for the last 2 or 3 years, 3.5 points per game, but also 4 rebounds per game, the 6'3" senior. Jackson Cruz, and then the Husker commit, Braden Frager, I should say Husker signee and reclassifyee, as Frager listed as a junior but is reclassified and is going to join the Huskers next season. Braden Frager averaging 18.5 per game and 7 rebounds as well. For the home team, the Lincoln Southeast Knights, they come in with a 7-3 record, a relatively new roster. Lost Van got Dak to Colorado last year. Lost, obviously, those 2 guards that I mentioned just a few moments ago. But here they are, led by head coach Joey Warning, won the HAC tournament, and with a 7-3 record, it's Mikey Ngoyi, Zaya Brown, Tay Moore, Jake Hilkeman, and Dang Geet on the floor to begin things for the Knights as they go right to left after they win the tip, wearing their white uniforms, as the Silverhawks wearing the darker green, somewhat close to a gray with a little bit of white trim. Nice looking uniforms for the Silverhawks tonight. So Geet has it left side in Ngoyi. Now here's Zaya Brown on the left side, passes it to the right wing. Geet, top of the key, 3-ball, and then Ngoyi got it, and the scoring is underway as Mikey Ngoyi gets the first bucket to go on a 3-ball from the top of the key. It's 3-0 Knights early on. So now our first look at the Silverhawks offense, as it'll be Jackson Cruz, top of the key, Chamberlain. Loaded Southeast High School gymnasium tonight as Braden Frager, top of the key, step back 3. Good closeout by Geet, and the shot is just a little strong. Rebound corralled by Hilkeman. Hilkeman will bring it across the timeline on the left side. He gets picked up by Frager on the left wing. Crosses over in the fingernail, steps in. Nice bounce pass down low, off the glass, and it's in for Tay Moore off the glass, and it's an early 5-0 lead for the Lincoln Southeast Knights. Silverhawks on offense down by 5 early on. We saw Lincoln North Star win by double digits last night against the Lynx. We'll see if the 7-3 Knights can do the same. Step back Jay Frager, no good, just a little too off to the right, and a defensive rebound as Southeast looks to push the pace. Taymor right side and Ngoyi for his second 3 off back iron. Too strong offensive board. Geet puts it right back up, and that one rattles in. They're going to call goaltending as Chamberlain tried to push it out of the bucket, but it's going to count nonetheless, and 7-0 is your score early on, less than 2 minutes into this one. As the calendar year kind of turns over to 2024, that's when you really know it's go time for some of these teams. Trying to make that state tournament push on the far side of Chamberlain, drives baseline, good closeout Hilkeman. On the left side, Jackson Cruz almost lost it. Got his pocket pick for a moment by Ngoyi, but he gets it back. Top of the key. This is Shoemaker trying to drive on. Ngoyi throws up a contested shot. Got it, and the harm. And Mari Shoemaker is going to go to the line to shoot one shot. That foul goes on Mike Ngoyi, his first foul of the game as well for the Lincoln Southeast Knights. So a nice answer there as Shoemaker goes to the line, 75% on the season, 12 of 16 here in the campaign. He gets it to go, and the Hawks trail by 4. 7-3 early on, Lincoln Southeast with the advantage at home. Taymor slowly passes the timeline, now gives it to Hilkeman. Hilkeman on the left side, one of the more underrated guys on this roster is Hilkeman. And Goy, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc so far. Now left side, 3-ball on the way. Brown, strong, and defensive rebound cleared with one hand by Braden Frager. Outlet pass up to Chamberlain, left side, Chamberlain. Now top of the key, driving BJ Bradford rather, and they're going to call him for a travel as he took too many steps. So it's a turnover for Lincoln Southwest. And Lincoln Southeast gets it back 7-3. Knights lead by 4. Real good rivalry on our hands this evening. 5:25 to play, first quarter. Ngoy driving baseline on the far side, gets his pocket picked, but it's corralled by Zaya Brown near the logo. And Jackson Cruz will guard him. Now right side, Tay Moore into the corner, far side for Ngoy, right to Tay Moore, 3-ball, steps into it, just a tad short. Offensive board, Geet, that's his second, passes it out, 3-ball, Brown, no good. Another chance as Hilkeman gets the offensive rebound, and he's going to be fouled as he tried to put up the shot. Foul's going to go on number 23, Jackson Cruz, his first on the 6'4" sophomore. It will not be a shooting foul, so baseline inbound underneath their own bucket for Lincoln Southeast. Moore, the inbounder, gets it to Hilkeman. He backs it out. 3-ball on the way. Moore got it. Tay Moore puts the Knights up 10-3 on a nice job by a little give and go, baseline inbound pass as he gave it to Hilkeman, who instantly gave it right back to Tay Moore. Cross-court pass, Bradford. Bradford with it in the far corner, averaging 13 points per game. Cross-court to Cruz. Cruz crosses over on Brown, throws up the floater. He's fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 as that foul is going to go on Zaya Brown, his first. Second team foul on the Knights here a little under halfway through the first quarter of play. Cruz takes a breath, dribbles twice, sets and fires. First free throw is up and down. It's good. 10-4. Once again, Lincoln Southeast, if you're just joining us, won the HAC tournament last weekend. Second one for Cruz, rattles out. That one tips out of bounds, and it'll go to the Lincoln Southeast Knights off of the missed free throw. Like I said, Lincoln Southwest got bounced early despite being the 2 seed in last weekend's tournament. So 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Knights with the basketball, leading by 6 against the 4-4 Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. Moore with it, top of the key. He just banged in a 3 from the right wing. Now gets double teamed, somehow retrieves the ball, gives it to Hilkeman, throws up a contested shot, rattles around and down for Jake Hilkeman. Tay Moore with the feed, and the Knights are back up by 8. 12-4, 4:06 to play, opening quarter. A little bit of hand checking going on by Mikey and Goy. Left side, Frager, layup good for the Husker signee, Braden Frager. Joey Warning wanted a moving screen at the elbow there by the Silverhawk guard, but did not get a whistle. So it's 12-6. Lincoln Southwest after Frager's first 2 points. Lincoln Southwest trails by 6, I should say. 3-ball, Tay Moore, error ball, rebounded into the hands of Braden Frager. Past the timeline, he goes, trying to go coast to coast. Frager stops, kicks. Chamberlain, 3-ball on the way. Got it for Carter Chamberlain from the far corner. And he looks right at the Lincoln Southeast student section as he runs back on defense. Silverhawks trail by 3, 12-9. Top of the key, Hilkeman takes 2 dribbles, backs it out. Left side, Hilkeman working on Frager, spin moves, kicks. Dane Geet may have gotten away with a step, decides to pop the 3, too strong. Offensive board, Hilkeman. Tay Moore, trifecta, rattles out, and a defensive rebound cleared up by Carter Chamberlain. So now right side, here is Mari Shoemaker on the right, crosses over on Moore, loses possession of the basketball. It goes off of Shoemaker. It'll go to the Lincoln Southeast Knights. So the first time for substitutions for either side as number 4, Isaiah Sanders comes in, as well as Jackson Carpenter. In for the Knights, number 44, Kendall Hinton, the 6'5" senior. Fun fact on Carpenter for Lincoln Southwest, just received a Nebraska football offer yesterday from Coach Matt Rule. The standout wide receiver for Lincoln Southwest. Doesn't play a whole lot, or score a whole lot, I should say, in basketball. But here he is seeing some minutes with 2:45 to go. Southeast on offense, top of the key, left side now, Hilkeman. He drives on the left, takes the contact. That one rattles out, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Foul goes on Jackson Carpenter. Hilkeman at the line to shoot 2. The 6'5" senior averaging 12 a game. Hilkeman at the charity stripe this season. 14 of 14. And make it 15 of 15 here as he gets the free throw to fall. So how about that? 15 of 15 from the free throw line for Jake Hilkeman this season. I would assume that would do. 13-9 the score. Hilkeman has one more free one remaining. Fires and make it 16 for 16. Still perfect on the year is Jake Hilkeman from the charity stripe. 14-9 Lincoln Southeast. But the Silverhawks have the basketball going left to right here in the final 2.5 of the first quarter. And Carpenter gets whistled for a travel. So turnover once again for Lincoln Southwest. And the Knights will get the basketball right back. So 2:27 to go, first quarter, 14-9, Lincoln Southeast with a 5-point advantage. Ngoyi right side, here is Zaya Brown. Hinton trying to get position on Frager down low, fakes right, fakes left, doesn't go either way, loses possession of the basketball, and Carpenter picks it up from the hardwood. Gives it to Frager, Frager to Shoemaker on the right side, now Bradford. Bradford with it. Frager, top of the key, hands it off. Jackson Cruz. Cruz crosses over, trying to work on Zaya Brown, unable to do so. Great defense there by Zaya Brown. Now Bradford may have gotten held by Ngoyi. Somehow gets the basketball. Layup is no good, just a tad short. Up the floor, outlet pass. Moore dribbles behind the back. Lost it for a moment, got it back. Already exhausted his dribble. Now in the near corner, it's Hilkeman. Hilkeman guarded closely by Carpenter. Drives right into the middle of the lane. Stops at the elbow, kicks it back out. Brown. Brown on the left side. Now Hilkeman 18 feet away, backing in on Carpenter, who has one foul. Back off, back iron, no good. Rebound tipped out where it's corralled by Jackson Cruz of Lincoln Southwest. And we have an Alex Baugh timeout for the Silverhawks. Fast-paced first quarter, 1:27 to go in the opening period. It's 14-9 Lincoln Southeast. We'll be back in 30 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
.27 to go. First quarter, 14-9 the score for Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln Southwest. The Knights up by 5 points here, a little over halfway through the first quarter of play. Frager steps back, 3-ball top of the key. Frager misses everything, and the Lincoln Southeast student section is going to let him know about it. In for the Hawks is Reed Nagel, as Frager will take a seat, as well as number 5, Makai Sanders. Jackson Cruz will hit the pine for a moment as well. So a little over a minute to go. First quarter, 14-9. Lincoln Southeast with the 5-point advantage and the basketball as Taymor right side. Now Hilkeman. Hinton working on the undersized Bradford down low. Nice job by Bradford getting some position. He actually forces the turnover and scratch that. That's Makai Sanders. Sanders across the timeline, dribbles between his legs. Now slows it up as they don't have numbers. Carpenter comes out to help Sanders. Now right side. This is Mari Shoemaker with it. Guarded by Dane Geet. Geet, a long guard for Lincoln Southeast, but somehow, how about that? Mari Shoemaker able to get the finish. And so now with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's 14-11. Taymor will slowly bring it across the Knight logo at half court, holding it about a 0.5 second differential between shot clock and game clock. 13.5 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock, and we're going to have a hand check foul called on Makai Sanders, his first. Three team fouls now on Lincoln Southwest. It'll be a sideline inbound. They'll throw it into the backcourt. Ngoyi, 8 seconds on the ticker. Shot clock turned off now. Ngoyi going, crosses over at the elbow. Jump ball is going to be whistled. Great defensive play by Mari Shoemaker as Ngoyi went right into the elbow, and Shoemaker met him to help out on the double team, and the Silverhawks are going to get the basketball back with 2.2 to play in the first quarter. They'll have to go the full length of the court, so I would imagine Lincoln Southeast extending the defensive pressure. So Carpenter will be the inbounder. They'll get it inbounds. Here's Shoemaker, three-quarter court heave, just short. And at the end of one quarter, your score, Lincoln Southeast 14, Lincoln Southwest 11. Just a 3-point differential at the end of 8 minutes of game time. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the start of the second quarter coming your way from Lincoln Southeast High School right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
Start of the second quarter, Lincoln Southeast with the basketball. Dane Geet has it left side now, gives it to Zaya Brown. First possession of quarter number 2. And Ngoyi will try a three from the far side. Too strong. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Hilkeman of the Knights, and Lincoln Southwest will get the basketball. We've seen the Knights be able to win the rebound battle for the most part here. Hilkeman's gotten a couple offensive rebounds. He's averaging 9 per game, so that's about on par for number 22 in white, Jake Hilkeman. But now the Silverhawks with it on the far side. Hands it off. Here's Shoemaker, the former Southeast Knight himself. He gets the layup to fall, and Shoemaker has 4 quick points in the last minute and a half of game time. He's just averaging 7 per contest. A little extra juice in this one, however, as Hilkeman has it on the near corner. Hilkeman crosses over, draws the double, kicks it out in Ngoyi. Now right side, Zaya Brown with it on the wing. Left wing now, Tay Moore, the leading scorer, averaging 17.5. Hilkeman tries to drive baseline, tries to put up the layup, no dice, gets his own miss. Second attempt, also no good. And the defensive rebound cleared up by Carter Chamberlain. As Shoemaker brings it across the timeline. Near side, Frager, spin move, and off the glass, just a tad short. Tip up, no good. Hilkeman gets tripped, and he saves it from going out of bounds to Dane Geet. Geet will try to push the pace down the middle of the paint. Layup, no dice, and it's defensive rebound cleared up by Lincoln Southwest. So fast-moving game here early on in quarter number 2. 14-13 the score. Lincoln Southeast leads by 1. Bradford. Now Shoemaker, right side. Layup in the lane. Foul hard by Tate Moore is number 5, Micaiah Sanders. Sanders misses the layup, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. It's going to be the first personal foul on Tate Moore. Tate Moore, that 6'1" senior. There was a deadly trifecta last year, and youth as well. The last couple of years, I should say, when Mari Shoemaker, BJ Bradford, and Tay Moore were all lined up for Lincoln Southeast. But then Taymor is a senior now at 6'1". Mari Shoemaker and BJ Bradford decide to transfer to Lincoln Southwest. And here they are facing off against each other. Second free throw is good, so 14-14 as Sanders goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Moore will bring it across the half-court line, now push the pace. Taymor steps out, hands it off. In the game for Lincoln Southeast is number 23, Gavin Kubik. Left side, Zaya Brown now to Moore. Moore thought about the three, decides to try to drive on Chamberlain, unable to do so. Now Kubik, left side, Brown. Now near corner, Geet. Geet sometimes plays a little rushed, a little quick, but he's done a really good job so far tonight as the pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. 14-14. Mike Ngoyi back into the game for Lincoln Southeast. 5:39 to play in the quarter. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Zaya Brown, top of the key. I'm not sure he knows. Now Hilkeman looks up. It's going to be a shot clock violation. They had no clue that the shot clock was expiring there, and that's going to be a nice defensive possession chalked up for Lincoln Southwest. So we're all knotted up at 14. 5.5 to play, second quarter. Shoemaker hearing it from his former classmates. Now gets his miss back. Frager, 3-ball top of the key. Rattles around and out. He's 0 for 3 now from the 3-point line as Geets gets it poked away, and it's going to be a foul called on Braden Frager. Frager struggling to this point. Just 2 points for Braden Frager. He's 0 for 3 from beyond the 3-point line. Sanders will sit down, as well as Reed Nagel for Lincoln Southwest. The 5 out there for head coach Alex Baugh and the Silverhawks. It's going to be BJ Bradford, Mari Shoemaker, Carter Chamberlain, Jackson Cruz, and Braden Frager, the original starting 5 for head coach Alex Baugh. For the Knights, it's Moore, Ngoyi, Hilkeman, Zaya Brown, and Dane Geet. So starters out on the floor for both sides. A little bit of miscommunication, and Ngoyi clears up the miss. 3-ball, no good. Rebound tipped around a few times, and Bradford comes away with it for the Silverhawks. Chamberlain trying for his second 3. Tad Strong, nice box out, but Frager's able to use his height. Shoemaker in the lane, left-handed finish off front iron, and Hilkeman clears up the miss. So Hilkeman brings it across the timeline. We're all knotted up at 14, and Joey Warning wants to talk things over for Lincoln Southeast. We'll take a 30-second breather as well. Don't go anywhere. Right back after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Dick Sander back with you. Lincoln Southeast High School on this Friday night. We'll have 2 more games tomorrow coming your way to round out the week. Gretna and Lincoln North Star. We'll have the girls' game at 3:15 and then the boys' game to follow about 20-25 minutes after that. 14-14 is where we're at here, though, as Lincoln Southwest and the Knights are tied in the rivalry game. So full student section, full parent section as well here at Lincoln Southeast High School. 4:21 to play, second quarter. Geet kicks it out, and Ngoyi for the Knights draws in the defender. Now near side, it's Geet once again on the near corner. He pops the 3, and that one circles the cylinder, and it falls for Dane Geet, putting the Knights up 17-14. Left side, here's Bradford in traffic. He gets the tough floater to fall, and a nice job by BJ Bradford, the 5'11 junior, to get a bucket to answer. Silverhawks trail by 1. Knights with the basketball. Hilkeman in the near corner, right in front of Lincoln Southwest bench. Hilkeman trying to drive on Shoemaker. Shoemaker undersized. Hilkeman misses the floater, put back, no good. Third try, also no good, and Cruz finally cleans up the miss for Lincoln Southwest. Cruz to Bradford, now to Shoemaker, back to Bradford, top of the key. Bradford crosses over, kicks it out. Shoemaker, left elbow, and he gets bumped with the body by Mike Ngoyi, rather. That's going to be Ngoyi's second. Kendall Hinton checks in for Lincoln Southeast as Hilkeman will take a breather. Isaiah Sanders in for Lincoln Southwest. It'll be a Silverhawk inbound from underneath their own bucket. They get it into Cruz. Now top of the key, it's Bradford. He calls for a screen right. Now Bradford at the elbow, looking for help. He picked up his dribble, finds backdoor cutting Sanders. Cross-court, Frager. Extra pass to Shoemaker. Gets the shot fake. Silverhawks trying to put on a passing clinic, and they finally get it poked away. Here come the Knights in transition. Layup too strong. Frager cleans up the miss. Frager back in transition, crosses the timeline, crosses over, uses his dribble, and he can't hit the layup either. Messy, sloppy game so far for both sides. In transition, Knights will get fouled, and going to the line to shoot two will be Tay Moore, as he was unable to convert on the layup after the Frager miss. And it's going to be 17-16 with 2:47 to play in the second quarter. Tay Moore, the Knights' leading scorer, at the free throw line. First one for Moore is up and good. Tay Moore on the season, 88% free throw shooter. So you want to talk about some good free throw shooters for Lincoln Southeast. Obviously, you have Tay Moore, who's now 43 of 49 from the charity stripe. Hilkeman, 100% from the free throw line this season. Also have Mikey Ngoyi, who's shooting 85% from the charity stripe. Second free throw, no good by Tay Moore. It's 18-16 Lincoln Southeast. Cruz with it on the far side. Tries to drive on Applegate, who's freshly checked into the game for the first time for Lincoln Southeast. Three ball on the way for the lead, and it's good as B.J. Bradford, the former Knight guard, gives the Silverhawks the 1-point lead, 19-18, 2:15 to play, second quarter. Southeast with the basketball. First time they've trailed all game, and Geet says not for long as he gets the left-handed layup to fall. It's back to a Southeast 1-point lead. Up the floor, Sanders. Sanders in the lane, cuts through the defenders, and he answers with a layup of his own from the left side. Barely given anybody time to catch their breath as both teams trying to play quick. Dane Geet in the lane, kicks it out, Applegate. Applegate dribbles to the top. Now right side, Brown. Brown calls Sanders out to help guard him. Now Tay Moore on the right side. Tay Moore guarded closely by B.J. Bradford. They switch Chamberlain, or scratch that Cruz rather, onto him. Turnaround, fadeaway, jumper, no good. Offensive board, Hinton goes up strong, gets the foul and the bucket as Kendall Hinton will go to the line to shoot one. Hinton, the 6'5" senior, used to being one of the bigger guys, but the Southwest team has some pretty good height on them in the form of Chamberlain, in the form of obviously Braden Frager, as well as Jackson Cruz, all listed at 6'5" and above. So Hinton trying to give the Knights a 2-point lead, and he's unable to do so off back iron. Skying high for the defensive board was Chamberlain, and he hands it off to Micaiah Sanders. Micaiah Sanders, Joey Warning wanted to travel, did not get it. Now Chamberlain in the near corner. He's 1 of 2 from the 3-point line, and we're going to have a foul called now on the dribble drive on Kendall Hinton. It's going to be Hinton's first on the big man. So Southwest will keep it underneath their own bucket, down by 1, 22-21, 1:15 to play second quarter. Inbound to Sanders, top of the key. Almost losing his footing was his brother Isaiah Sanders. He dribbles in the lane off the glass, and a nice finish by Isaiah Sanders after it could have been a much worse situation and outcome for Lincoln Southwest. He's able to gain his footing after slipping at the top of the key there, and he dribbles into the lane for a finish. So 23-22 in the lane. Moore off the glass and fall into the hardwood. Tay Moore is able to get the 2 to fall, and it's back to a Southeast 1-point advantage. So 24-23. On the right side, it's Frager. Relatively quiet tonight, just 2 points so far through almost a full half of play. BJ Bradford with it near the logo. Taymor picks his pocket. It looked like Bradford may have tried to pass and it slipped out of his hands. In the lane, Moore. He's going to get a foul called on the defender. So Southwest foul on BJ Bradford. That'll be his second personal foul. It'll be a inbound from underneath the southeast hoop. So Taymor will be the inbounder. There are other 5 out there for Lincoln Southeast: Dane Geet, Jake Hilkeman, Zaya Brown, and Kendall Hinton. They'll run Geet on an end around now, trying to find some help. He throws it high. Geet is able to go up top over the top of Mari Shoemaker and get it. Now Hilkeman gives it to Taymor near the logo. Mo Lamore guarded closely by BJ Bradford. Bradford wearing some sweet blue shoes, some teal blue shoes tonight as Hilkeman kicks it out. Zaya Brown drives baseline, kicks it cross court. Taymor. Shot clock is turned off. 6 seconds on the game clock. Geet may have gotten away with a push. Step back jumper, no good. 1 second. It goes up at the horn as Hinton is able to somehow get the basketball back. He steals the pass and he gets the bucket at the horn. Kendall Hinton was almost shocked that it went right into his lap, and he was underneath the bucket, unguarded. So Kendall Hinton is able to put the Knights up by 3 at the break, 26-23. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the halftime show with thoughts from the first half coming up in just a few moments. It's high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Welcome back in. It's halftime here from Lincoln Southeast High School. 26-23, the score at the break. Lincoln Southeast, they were up by as many as 8 at one point, but nice job by Lincoln Southwest coming back, starting to scratch and claw their way back. They eventually took the lead at one point. They exchanged leads a few times, did both sides, and then eventually it was looking like it was going to be just a 1-point lead for Lincoln Southeast going into the break, but then Kendall Hinton was able to unexpectedly steal a pass. He was just in the passing lane. Carter Chamberlain threw it right into the lap of Kendall Hinton, and he was right on the doorstep of the bucket and hit the final shot with about 0.8 of a second left to put the Knights up 26-23 at the break. You mentioned there was a little bit more juice in this one as both Mari Shoemaker and BJ Bradford, two current Lincoln Southwest guards, formerly of Lincoln Southeast. They played a significant role in that state tournament appearing team last season for head coach Joey Warning and the Lincoln Southeast Knights, but now they're under the leadership of head coach Alex Baugh back at Lincoln Southwest. Southwest will play tomorrow. They'll take their 4-4 record and trying to make it 5-4 tonight, but they'll take their 4-4 around 500 level season to Lincoln High tomorrow. They'll face off against the Lynx, who we saw yesterday as well. Lincoln Southeast, they're going to also play tomorrow against Lincoln Northeast, who's currently playing against Grand Island. They'll travel to Lincoln Northeast tomorrow afternoon and face off against the Rockets at 3:45. Now, once again, the Knights, coming off of a HAC tournament championship, they were able to get the best of Pius X in the HAC final, Heartland Athletic Conference, that is, final over the weekend, while the Silverhawks were outed early in that tournament to the Lincoln Pius X Thunderbolts as well. We are just a few minutes away from starting the third quarter of action here from Lincoln Southeast High School. Once again, Nick Sainer joining you riding solo tonight as Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln Southwest have provided us some fun entertainment through 2 quarters of play, and we expect the same in quarters 3 and 4. At the break, it's 26-23, Lincoln Southeast with a 3-point advantage over the Silverhawks, and we'll start the third quarter in just a few minutes right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at NationalGuard.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Start of the third quarter here from Lincoln Southeast High School. Lincoln Southeast leads now 28-23 after an opening layup for the Knights by Zaya Brown. So now the Silverhawks with it left side. Here's Mari Shoemaker driving baseline, finds Chamberlain. Wide open three ball right wing, rattles around and out, and the miss cleaned up by Dangeet. So 7:19 to play, third quarter just underway in the second half here, 28-23, Lincoln Southeast with a 5-point advantage. They've led for all but less than a minute of game time here tonight as left side Zaya Brown now with it, top of the key, crosses over on Cruz, pulls up, mid-range jumper, just a little strong. Nice looking shot by Zaya Brown, but unable to connect. Three ball on the other end by Chamberlain, and he's able to hit that one. He's now 2 of 4 from beyond the arc tonight is Carter Chamberlain. So 28-26 now, 6:38 to play, third quarter as Taymor has it on the far side. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on the Silverhawks here early in the third quarter. It'll be their first team foul of the third quarter. No real foul trouble for either side. It was a pretty well-played first half. The officials called it pretty good as well. As BJ Bradford has 2 for the Silverhawks. Mike Ngoyi has 2 for the Knights. Other than that, nobody really in other foul trouble. Taymor, long three ball on the way. Nothing but net. So Taymor is able to answer the Carter Chamberlain 3 with a trifecta of his own. And it's back to a 5-point Lincoln Southeast advantage. So here's Cruz on it on the right side. Dribbles between his legs. Frager pulls up, three ball on the way. Short. And Dane Geet skies high for the defensive board. Geet across the timeline. Pulls up, stops. Now dribbles, passes out. Corralled by Ngoyi. Ngoyi takes a screen left by Geet. He thought about taking a 3. Ngoyi got the scoring going in the first quarter with a 3-pointer, has been relatively quiet ever since. Now far side, it's Hilkeman. Hilkeman just inside that 3-point line, gives to Geet 3-ball. Too strong. Frager able to sky high for the miss, and back the other way we go with the Silverhawks. Is Bradford looking for help. Throws it down low on the block to Frager, and we're going to have a hand check foul on Zaya Brown. That'll be Brown's second.
First team foul of the second half on Lincoln Southeast as well. So down by 5, 31-26. Lincoln Southwest will have the basketball. Cruz in the lane, able to split the defenders, and that's going to be a goaltend as that layup hit the glass first, and then Dane Geet was able to get his right palm on it after. So goaltending there as it's back to a 3-point differential, 31-28, Lincoln Southeast with the 3-point lead. So Tay Moore slowly walks it across. Mari Shoemaker waiting for him there as he gets screen left by Geet. Now Moore, top of the key, Geet. Back to Tay Moore. Moore in the lane, cross-court pass, Brown. Now Geet, left side in Goy. Thought about the three. He was clapping his hands, wanting it. Now Geet takes a contested three ball off to the left, and Frager cleans up the miss. Frager running coast to coast, and that's going to be a charge on Braden Frager. A nice job by Tay Moore getting to the spot, setting his feet, and as Frager passed that off, he ran right into the chest of Tay Moore, and Frager's whistled for his second. So 4:53 to go, third quarter, 31-28. Lincoln Southeast with a 3-point advantage. Remember, tomorrow, 3:15 p.m., we'll have girls basketball, Gretna and Lincoln North Star, two really good squads. I'm excited for that one, as then the boys game will follow around 5:30, 5:15 or so. But here we have it as Tay Moore gets whistled for a traveling violation, another turnover. And Lincoln Southwest gets the basketball right back. Nate Applegate ready to check in for Lincoln Southeast. 4:36 to play. Third quarter, Lincoln Southeast High School, the site. The Silverhawks. It's my first time seeing them since last year in the postseason. Southeast, our third time we've had them on our airwaves this season. Chamberlain trying to drive baseline on Hinton. Stops, gets the reverse layup to fall with the right hand. Nice move by Carter Chamberlain, who's having himself a pretty nice game. He's up to double figures, and now it's 31-30. Lincoln Southeast leads by just one. So Lincoln Southwest hanging around. Nice job by the Silverhawks here as Applegate has it top of the key, right side in Goy. Goy being forced to go to his right, which is what he does not want to do. Hilkeman takes a jump stop at the elbow. Now passes out back to Hilkeman. Left side, Tay Moore. Tay Moore dribbles through his legs, gets past Cruz. Now gets blocked in the air, and now they're going to call a shooting foul on B.J. Bradford, who's somewhat shocked. B.J. Bradford thought he got all ball there, but referee says otherwise. And so shooting two, it's going to be Tay Moore. The 6'1" senior came in averaging 17.5 per contest. He's at the line to shoot two after he got fouled on the mid-range jumper from the elbow. First one's good for Moore. So B.J. Bradford now, that's 3 on Bradford. So checking in now for Southwest, Jackson Carpenter, and then the Sanders brothers, Isaiah and Micaiah. Isaiah wears number 4, Micaiah number 5. Second free throw bounces out, rebound corralled by Jackson Carpenter. So he gives it now to Micaiah Sanders, the 5'8" sophomore rather. Frager in the lane, fading away, jumper short, offensive rebound by the smallest guy on the floor, the 5'8" Sanders. Now Sanders left side, right side Chamberlain to Carpenter, guarded by Hinton. Now Frager, top of the key, working on Hilkeman, tries to get away with a shove, does so, fades away, gets fouled, and Hilkeman says, hey, I was straight up. He pushed off and created some space, but nonetheless, Frager at the line, going to shoot two as Hilkeman gets whistled for his first personal. Down by 2. Frager can tie it up if he can connect on both of these free throws. First one for Frager, good. So 32-31. Frager might recognize the name, Nebraska signee is he. And he is going to go suit up for Fred Hoiberg next season. Listed only as a junior, but reclassified to this year's class. So initially a 2025 guy, but will play basketball and then reclassify to the 2024 class and graduate a year early. So here, after he makes both free throws, we're all knotted up at 32 apiece. Tay Moore, right side now, Dane Geet. Geet's been relatively quiet tonight. Averages 12 per game.
had a nice game distributing, not as much action scoring the ball. 3 ball, short for Taymor. Rebound caroms out to Carter Chamberlain, and he's now asking for help as Sanders finds him in the backcourt. So Sanders will be the one to cross the timeline. Gets picked up by Zaya Brown. Now will back off of Isaiah Sanders. Excuse me, this is Micaiah Sanders. Isaiah Sanders working on the baseline, going back and forth from side to side. Now Micaiah goes to work with 15 on the shot clock. Chamberlain on the right side, hands it off Frager. He takes an NBA 3 off back iron. He's 0 from beyond the arc, but continues to shoot him. Now Chamberlain gets the offensive rebound in the lane. Sanders gets it poked away. Back the other way we go with Zaya Brown. He doesn't have numbers, so he'll slow things down. Give it to a trailing Taymor, who's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so Taymor was trailing. Zaya Brown didn't have numbers. It was 1-on-2. He backed it out to the perimeter on the far side and looked around. Taymor was trailing right down the left side of the lane. He dished it off to him, and he gets fouled, and he's going to the line to shoot 2. So Taymor, first free throw off back iron, no dice. Chamberlain is going to check out as number 20, Reed Nagel, subs in. I believe that foul was called on Chamberlain. I missed the number, but nonetheless, I think that foul was called on Chamberlain, his first. If so, Lincoln Southeast already in the bonus here for the third quarter. Second free throw, good by Moore, so it's back to a 1-point advantage for Lincoln Southeast. The Knights lead 33-32. Down the floor, it's Frager, and he's able to get an open look, unable to connect, and now has a frustrating foul. So Braden Frager struggling today. Had himself a really, really good sophomore campaign last season, as now that's 3 on Frager. But as I was saying, I mean, having a good year also this season, as Frager averages 18.5 per contest. Also 7 rebounds per game does Frager have. But today, nowhere close to that average. Held to fewer than 5 points, 0 for 4 from beyond the three-point line. A difficult day for Braden Frager, excuse me. On the other end, Hinton able to get the free throw. So it's up to a 2-point Lincoln Southeast lead. Hinton with the second one. It rattles around and down, and it's back to a 3-point Lincoln Southeast advantage. So we're right where we were at halftime, as Joey Warning wants to call a little bit of extended pressure. Bradford and Sanders just pushing it around, or excuse me, Shoemaker and Sanders rather. So now right side, Nagel. Left side, Shoemaker, wide open trifecta, rattles around and out. And Dane Geet cleans up the miss. That's one that Shoemaker probably is going to want back. As Geet has it, he kept his hand on top of that basketball, almost got away with a carry. Now left side, Moore, top of the key. He'll come in, a little bit of miscommunication on defense. Geet gets his pocket picked by guess who? Mari Shoemaker. It's a 3-on-2 break. Sanders in the lane, dumps it off. Shoemaker off the glass, too strong, and the rebound caroms out to Hinton. Back the other way in transition. Dane Geet up and over, reverse layup, good with the foul. So Dane Geet is able to take the harm and finish the bucket. That foul goes on Reed Nagel, his first. The free throw by Geet is good, and it's a 6-point Knight lead, 38-32. Frager currently on the bench with B.J. Bradford in foul trouble. For Lincoln Southwest, Carpenter has it. Now Sanders gets bumped from behind by Taymor, and that's going to be number 2 on Taymor. 13th foul of the third quarter for Lincoln Southeast, so still a couple away from putting the Hawks in the bonus. An unconventional lineup here for Lincoln Southwest, as it's Shoemaker, Nagel, Carpenter, Sanders, and then the other Sanders. As Shoemaker kicks it out, but they're going to whistle and call a foul prior to the shot on Dane Geet. That's his first personal foul. 4 team fouls on the Knights. 1:16 to play, third quarter. Inbound Carpenter, top of the key Here is Isaiah Sanders, wide open path to the hoop, and he's able to get the layup to fall. It's back to a 4-point Lincoln Southeast advantage. Jackson Cruz ready to check in at the next dead ball for Lincoln Southwest. Tay Moore gets the foul and a bucket again. Look at that. Tay Moore gets the floater to fall. The foul goes on Jackson Carpenter, his second. Carpenter 6'2", while Tay Moore 6'1". He was able to just kind of arc that one over the slightly taller Jackson Carpenter. Free throw is good, and Moore is able to convert the three-point play. 41-34 with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Lincoln Southeast with a 7-point advantage. Still that extended pressure for Lincoln Southeast, and we're going to have a 10-second call. Joey Warning has to be careful, though, as he rushed out to the official and put his hands on his waist when it was the 10-second call. But nonetheless, they're going to get the turnover on the 10-second call, and Lincoln Southeast gets the basketball back up by 7. They've led by as many as 9 today, and that was halfway through the first quarter. He'll come in, top of the key, bounce passes it out to Moore. He takes a look at the clock. 36 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. Moore at the top of the key, has plenty of time, gives it to Geet. Geet on the left wing, dribble drive, floater, stops off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound for a moment by Hinton, gets it poked away. Here comes Isaiah Sanders in the lane, foul. No bucket, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Foul goes on Mikey Ngoy. That'll be his third personal foul. Isaiah Sanders at the line to shoot a pair. Isaiah, 5'8" sophomore, same height as his brother Micaiah. However, Isaiah is averaging about 3 more points per game, but he misses that first free throw. Into the game for Lincoln Southwest, it's going to be Carter Chamberlain. Also in for Lincoln Southeast. Looks like Tay Moore checks back in really quickly. So the 5 out there for Joey Warning's squad of the Lincoln Southeast Knights. It's Mikey Ngoy, Tay Moore, Jake Hilkeman, Kendall Hinton, and Dane Geet. For the Silverhawks to close out the final 20 seconds of this third quarter, it's Shoemaker, Nagel, Cruz, Chamberlain, and Isaiah Sanders. 41-35 is where we're at. 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. The matchup, Tay Moore on Mari Shoemaker. They'll switch Sanders onto Moore. Moore in the lane, and it's going to be knocked away at the horn, and Tay Moore's able to get it. It looked like for a moment Isaiah Sanders had forced a potential jump ball. Everybody on Southwest squad stopped kind of moving around because they thought that he held on long enough for a tie-up to be called. But Tay Moore was able to retain possession. He puts up the floater, and that's how we end the third quarter of play. 43-35 the score between Lincoln Southeast and Lincoln Southwest. The Knights up by 8 as we enter the final 8 minutes of game time. We'll be right back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me. Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
West ball to begin the fourth quarter here, as we had an early foul called on Mikey Ngoyi, his fourth, and he's going to have to sit down. Now a 3-ball on the way by BJ Bradford, no good off front iron, and Southeast controls the rebound. So 7.5 to go in the fourth. 43-35. Lincoln Southeast out in front by 8. Tay Moore with it, top of the key. Now right side, Zaya Brown. Hinton gets poked away by Braden Frager, who's been relatively quiet so far. Frager on the left wing picks up his dribble and hands it off to Shoemaker. Back to Frager, near corner, 3-ball. Got it. As BJ Bradford says, it didn't work the first time, but it'll work this time, as he gets a trifecta to fall, and it's 43-38. This one far from over. 6:54 to play, fourth quarter. Pass tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Silverhawks. (43-38) Lincoln Southwest. It'll be a Southeast night basketball. Sideline inbound right in front of the bench. As Zaya Brown inbounds it to Tay Moore. Moore wanted to get it down low to Geet. Picks up his dribble. Now does. Geet in the lane. Gets it poked away. Offensive rebound. Floater. Rattles around and out. Offensive board. Hinton. Put back good. Kendall Hinton has been a factor today. As a nice performance from the senior off the bench. Kendall Hinton. Now right side. Here's Frager. Works on Geet. Floater off the glass. A nice shot by Braden Frager. As it's back to just a 5-point ball game. Up the floor we go. Zaya Brown, mid-range J, no good. Missed everything. Things saved in bounds to Dane Geet. The shot clock does not reset, as the ball did not hit the iron. So 17 seconds on the shot clock. Tay Moore in the lane. He's fouled, but misses the bucket, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
First team foul. Take over at the line. 2 shots.
So Tay Moore at the line, 89% on the season for the 6'1" senior from the line. First free throw good. It's to a 6-point Knights lead. Give credit to 2 guys, especially for Lincoln Southeast. Both Dane Geet, who's been tasked with handling Braden Frager for the most part, and then also Kendall Hinton coming off the bench. So 47-40 after the 2 made free throws, and it's going to be Southwest basketball with 5:53 to play in the fourth quarter. Shoemaker with it near the logo, guarded closely by Tay Moore. A little bit of hand fighting going on. Now goes right. Shoemaker spin move on Moore. Stops, looking around, finds Chamberlain. 3-ball on the way. Chamberlain bounces out. And Zaya Brown cleans up the miss. So Brown now to Geet. Geet on the right side, Brown. Hinton working to get position on Carter Chamberlain. Kicks it out. Left side, this is Tay Moore. Tries to go left. Nice close out there. And stop by Shoemaker on the baseline. Hilkeman, who's been quiet for the second half, tries to get some space, and they're not going to let him get away with that one as he extended that left elbow. And it's going to be an offensive foul called on Jake Hilkeman. His second personal foul, second team foul of the fourth quarter on Lincoln Southeast. Still 5:11 to go. Fourth quarter, 47-40. Your score, Lincoln Southwest with a Lincoln Southeast, with a 7-point advantage. Now Frager, wide open 3, trying to hit his first of the game, and he missed everything again. Offensive rebound, corralled by the Silverhawks. Step back, contested jumper. That one's no good by Frager. Knights, after forcing 2 Braden Frager misses. Here's Tay Moore near the logo. Top of the key, Moore almost got called for the push-off. Now Hilkeman with it. Top of the key, calling for help, finds Geet. Geet Near the logo, left side, Moore, long three ball, and you betcha, Tay Moore makes it a double-digit Lincoln Southeast lead, and Alex Baugh's going to the bench to get B.J. Bradford back into the game. Near side, here's Frager. Frager, step back, contested elbow jumper off back iron, no good. Offensive rebound fought for, controlled by Frager. A little bit of a hop step and a jump. That one's no good. Offensive board again, Cruz. They got to reset the shot clock as Cruz in the lane gets it to go. 50-42. Discombobulated possession still results in 2 for Lincoln Southwest, and it's 50-42, an 8-point deficit for the Hawks. Geet on the left side gets it poked away from behind. They're going to say he touched it last, and it will be Silver Hawk basketball. Back in for the Hawks, or excuse me, the Knights rather, Mikey and Goyi. And so with 3:34 to go in the fourth quarter, it's a 50-42 game rather. Far side, here's Cruz. Cruz guarded by Kendall Hinton. Cruz drives baseline, gets it poked out of his hands, and what a defensive play by Kendall Hinton. Stepping up time and time again is the 6'5" senior. And a nice job there by the Knights to force a turnover after they just committed one of their own. So Tay Moore now crosses the timeline, 3:12 to play, fourth quarter. Screen right, Hinton. Hilkeman back to Moore. Moore just hit a big trifecta a moment ago. Hilkeman back to Moore. Left side, Ngoyi. 3-ball on the way. It's good, but it's not going to count as we'll have a moving screen called on Zaya Brown. So the trifecta does not count as it's going to be an offensive foul on Zaya Brown, his third. 50-42. Lincoln Southeast leads by 8. Frager's really struggled, the future Husker for Lincoln Southwest tonight. Cruz, top of the key, crosses over on Hinton, trying to break his ankles, unable to do so. Here's Frager, kicks it out. Bradford in the lane, reverse layup, got it. As B.J. Bradford pulls the Silverhawks within 6. Tay Moore trying to push the pace, still with 2.5 to go in the fourth. Zaya Brown now top, now Hilkeman left side, 3-ball, rattles around and out. It touched every part of the iron and it bounces out for Hilkeman. Back the other way we go, pull up 3, Bradford, just a tad strong. Southwest student section would have erupted if that one would have fell, but instead we're going to have a Southeast timeout. 2:14 to play, fourth quarter. It's 50-44. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with high school hoops on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki Good Times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
You want to know how busy this one was? The parking lot was full. I had to park in the neighborhood to the north of Lincoln Southeast High School. So I'm about 2 streets over. I'll have quite the jaunt after the conclusion of this one, but that's all right. 50-44 is where we're at. Fourth quarter, 2:13 to play. Lincoln Southeast with a 6-point advantage. Ngoyi has it with the bright pink shoes in the backcourt, and we're going to have a quick timeout once again by Joey Warning. Nice job defensively by Lincoln Southeast. It's only going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. I mentioned Southeast tomorrow will have the Lincoln Northeast Rockets. They'll have to travel to Northeast. Tip-off for that one shortly after 3 p.m. Tomorrow for the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks, it'll be the Lincoln High Lynx. We'll come to Lincoln Southwest. That one after 5:15 p.m. For us on 93.7 The Ticket tomorrow, we'll have a doubleheader. Gretna goes to Lincoln North Star, and then the Gretna boys play about 20-25 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game. We'll have both of them coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow will mark the 1 week of that tragedy. Gretna boys basketball losing head coach Brad Feakin to a battle with cancer. 2:06 to play, though, back here. Lincoln Southeast High School, 50-44, 6-point differential, 26 on the shot clock, 2:03 on the game clock. They'll throw it up the floor. Dane Geek crosses the timeline thanks to the pass from Tay Moore, but Moore gets it right back. Moore guarded by the former Knight himself, Mari Shoemaker, on the near side right in front of the Knights bench. Shoemaker guarding tightly. Now back to Moore on the right side in front of the Knights bench. Moore in the lane, layup too strong, but he gets the whistle as that foul will be called on Isaiah Sanders. Sanders is first. I will say Lincoln Southwest has a couple young pieces that are intriguing. You have guys like Jackson Cruz, who's a 6'4" sophomore. You have the Sanders brothers, who's played some significant time tonight, and Isaiah, who's a 5'8" sophomore, and Micaiah, who's a sophomore as well, same height. Then you have Mari Shoemaker and BJ Bradford, two juniors this year, who will be returning for the Silverhawks next season, and head coach Alex Baugh. 1 of 2 at the line for Tay Moore, so it's 51-44 with 1:37 to play in quarter number 4. Near side, here's Frager. Right side, Sanders. Cross court, Shoemaker. Shoemaker picks up his dribble, tries to skip pass to Bradford. Bradford working on Hilkeman. Bradford in the lane, up and under, got it to go. And it's 51-46 now for Lincoln Southeast. They'll cross the timeline. Will the Knights now slow things down? I think Alex Ball was calling for a foul. Nobody touched Ngoyi, but he fell down to the hardwood. No whistle. Hilkeman now to Tay Moore. Tay Moore gets bumped by Frager. That's going to be Frager's 4th. That will not put the Knights in the bonus. That's just the 3rd team foul on Lincoln Southwest in the quarter. So Frager now has 4. Bradford has 3 for Lincoln Southwest. For the Knights, Ngoyi has 4. 1 away from being disqualified. He has the ball on the far side, almost got his pocket picked, now gets doubled, somehow gets out of it. He lost the ball, so it doesn't count as a double dribble, but now that one is tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Silverhawks. Joey Warning asking the scores table how many timeouts he has left. Doesn't end up calling one. He has just 1 remaining, I believe. Inbound underneath their own bucket for Tay Moore. They intercept it, though, the Silverhawks. Back the other way we go. BJ Bradford, left side of the lane. Reverse layup, no good, but he is able to draw the foul. BJ Bradford will go to the line to shoot 2, and that's the last thing you want if you're Lincoln Southeast, is giving the Silverhawks an opportunity to score points with the clock stopped. First free throw, good, from BJ Bradford. 51-47. He can make it a 3-point game if he's able to convert on this free throw. Bradford spins the basketball, puts it up, and it is good. And look at that. He's looking right back to the Southeast student section, who's been giving it to him all game. Bradford, a former Knight himself, they were giving him the business as BJ Bradford's able to hit both free throws. If you're just now joining us, Lincoln Southeast has led for the majority of this game. There was a moment in the second quarter where Southwest took a slim lead, but then Southeast was able to go into the break up by 3. Then at one point in the third quarter, up by double digits, 50-40. But nice job here by Lincoln Southwest, able to come back and only trail by 3, 51-48. 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Coincidentally enough, same number of points as the Silverhawks. 5 out there for Lincoln Southeast with less than 50 seconds to play is Dane Geet, Tay Moore, Jake Hilkeman, Mike Ngoyi, and Zaya Brown. The Silverhawks out there will be Bradford, Shoemaker, Isaiah Sanders, Frager, and Carter Chamberlain. But before the Southeast Knights can break that half-court line, they're going to have to call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. We'll be right back after 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Nick Sander back with you, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. You can always listen to us on the FM dial, the mobile app, the website, theticketfm.com, on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 951 streams as well. Obviously no video components, but we got the audio there if you want to listen to us in your living room. I guess on your desktop as well. Good one here. All we could ask for on a Friday night, 51-48 is where we're at. Lincoln Southeast leads by 3 over the Silverhawks. Southeast trying to improve to 8-3 with a win tonight. Lincoln Southwest trying to stay above 500 as they could get to a 5-4 mark if they're able to come back and make up this 3-point deficit. Zaya Brown, cross-court passing, Goy, left side, Silverhawks not fouling. Now they're going to reach in and foul Will Isaiah Sanders, and so that'll be Sanders' second. It's not necessarily harmful to the Silverhawks. The shot clock is turned off, though, now, so they will have to foul. If you're Lincoln Southwest, Braden Frager is the one guy that cannot give up a personal foul. Dane Geet will now be hugged by Carter Chamberlain from behind. Whistle. And that's going to be Chamberlain's second. So now that'll put Dane Geet at the free throw line. Geet, the 6'5" senior, averaging 11.5 per contest. From the free throw line this season, Dane Geet is 53%, and he misses it. 17 of now 33 from the charity stripe is Dane Geet. Just 53% from the free throw line this season is the 6'5" senior. Takes one dribble with the right hand, puts up a shot, and he gets it. It's a 4-point advantage for Lincoln Southeast. 22 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Bradford crosses the timeline. Now crosses over on Moore. Takes the bump off the glass. It rattles out. Offensive board, Chamberlain fighting for the loose ball, puts it back up. That one will bounce in. So it's a 2-point lead for Lincoln Southeast with 9 seconds left on the game clock. It's a full timeout now for Lincoln Southwest. Chamberlain may have gotten bumped on the left side of his head with this full timeout by Alex Baugh. Let's just take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for allowing high school sports to be possible on the ticket. Huge thanks to Union Bank and Trust for their support, as always, of high school sports. Good couple of days of basketball here on the ticket. Last night, Lincoln North Star was able to defeat Lincoln High by double digits in a wild, crazy, sporadic type of game in downtown Lincoln last night. Well, tonight, here we have this finish that's shaping up to be a good one. And then tomorrow, the doubleheader of Gretna and Lincoln North Star. So we'll see the same Gator squad that we saw last night at Lincoln High at home tomorrow against the Gretna Dragons. So here's where we're at. 9.8 on the clock. Lincoln Southwest just got a basket to fall, so they trimmed the Southeast lead to 2, to 50. The 5 out there for the Silverhawks: Frager, Chamberlain, Sanders, Bradford, and Shoemaker. The 5 for the Knights: Dane Geets, Zaya Brown, Hilkeman, Mikey, and Goyi. And the leader of the Knights, Tay Moore. Geet to inbound. They get it to Tay Moore. He gets trapped in the corner looking for help, and they're going to now bail him out with a foul call. That was a tough one, and I believe that foul is going to go on Braden Frager, and if that is, that's his 5th. Frager slow to get up. Alex Baugh now having a conversation. It is going to go on Frager, so Frager is done with 6.6 on the clock. So now Tay Moore at the free throw line, where he is nearly automatic. 90% this season. Tay Moore, free throw, good. Now this one could essentially put the icing on the cake, as Tay Moore can put the Knights up by 4 with less than 7 seconds. Tay Moore steps back out onto the three-point line, now steps into the fingernail and up to that solid black line at the charity stripe. Takes 2 dribbles, takes a breath. The free throw short. Southwest with a chance. Shoemaker to Chamberlain, and he throws it out of bounds. Shoemaker had an opportunity. He tried to throw it to Chamberlain, who was going towards the corner. Chamberlain has hit 3 trifectas tonight, and with 1 second left, Southeast is going to hold on, and they're going to win this one 53-50. Southwest had an opportunity, but Mari Shoemaker, the former Knight himself, throws it into the stands, trying to get it to Carter. Chamberlain had plenty of time, still had over 3 seconds on the game clock, and they were unable to connect on a pass to the far corner that would have given Chamberlain a wide open look to tie the game. What a finish. What a game. What a way to spend a Friday night. Your final score from Lincoln Southeast High School: Lincoln Southeast escapes 53-50 as they improve to 8-3 on the season. Lincoln Southwest falls to 4-5 here in 2024. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Lincoln North Star High School as the Gretna Dragons will face off against the North Star Gators. We'll have the girls game at 3:15, the boys game to follow shortly thereafter. Jay Foreman will join me on the call for that one, but for now, saying so long, Nick Sainert from Lincoln Southeast High School. Once again, your final score: Lincoln Southeast 53, Lincoln Southwest 50. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon from Lincoln North Star High School right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.